November 20 provincial and parliamentary elections drawing close, political parties have begun issuing their election manifesto. However, the parties have yet again prioritized ambitious plans to win the confidence of the voters while ignoring basic issues of public concern. Good morning, I'm Abheudaya Shrestha, and these are the headlines of the hour. Parties published their election manifestos. CPN Maoist Center keeps its stand on directly elected president. CPN Unified Socialist stresses on improving electoral system. RPP terms monarchy its guiding institution. Main parties fail to change their priorities. Issues including concluding works of the peace accord, resolving issues of squatters, make it to the manifestos yet again. Russia completes the partial military mobilization announced by President Vladimir Putin in September. People in Kiev queue for water after Russian missiles strike key facilities across Ukraine. And Juventus midfielder Paul Pogba to miss France's World Cup defense in Qatar as he needs more time to recover from a knee operation. Member of the ruling coalition, CPN Maoist Center, has issued its election commitment paper with agendas including directly elected president and full proportionate election mechanism. The party has repeated most of the agendas from its previous manifesto, which it had prepared in collaboration with CPN UML in the last general election. CPN Maoist Center had voiced for a directly elected president during the development of the Constitution, but had remained quiet about the issue during the previous parliamentary election. The party has claimed that it will convince its alliance partners about the directly elected president and full proportionate election mechanism. Other agendas of the party include structural improvement of the judiciary and the formation of a national authority for the creation of jobs and trade opportunities. The manifesto also includes the formation of a high-level commission for investigation of the properties of individuals who have served in public positions since 1990. The party has promised of ambitious and distributive programs including creating jobs for 2 million youths at home, free education up to grade 12, earning while learning program, and free medical treatment for senior citizens, children, and disabled individuals. The manifesto also claims of producing 8,000 megawatts of electricity in a period of 5 years. CPN Maoist Center has for long been alleged of failing to implement such ambitious plans introduced in the election manifestos, which analysts say has begun raising questions on the trustworthiness of the party. Another party of the ruling coalition, CPN Unified Socialist, has made public its election manifesto with assurances of improvement in the election system and distributive agendas. In the manifesto made public by the party's central office yesterday, CPN Unified Socialist has said that the current election mechanism was expensive and therefore made assurances of a revised election system while protecting the Constitution. The manifesto has stressed on improvement in service delivery and an independent and sustainable economy. The party has prioritized agriculture, tourism, health, education, drinking water, roads, and electrification. The party has also assured the construction of an east-west irrigation canal, free 200 units of electricity for each family, and 1 million rupees interest-free loans for youths. Terming the alarming rise in corruption a serious disease, CPN Unified Socialist has proposed mandatory 20% allocation of budget for education and 1% for scientific research. Rashtriya Prajantra Party has issued its election manifesto with proposals of directly elected Prime Minister and monarchy as its guiding institution. Party chairperson Rajendra Lingden made public the election manifesto amid a program yesterday. Rashtriya Prajantra Party has put forward the proposal of monarchy as the party's guiding institution, directly elected Prime Minister, and complete proportionate parliamentary administrative mechanism. The manifesto has further stressed on only 2 terms for an individual in the capacity of the party chair or leader of the government. Meanwhile, the party has further proposed of removing the provincial structures and strengthening the administrative mechanism of central and local levels. The manifesto has also stressed on expediting the construction of Nijgarh Airport and increasing public access to health and education by taking institutions including Beed Hospital and Buralinkantha School to each province. Mainstream political parties have for long been raising the same issues as their agendas. These issues include concluding works of the peace accord, resolving issues of land squatters, and addressing challenges related to poverty and unemployment. These topics are included in the government's policies and programs and the election manifestos. However, not much has been done in ensuring their effective implementation. With the election drawing close, these issues have made it to the manifestos yet again. Despite the agreement of concluding works of the peace accord in a 6-month time period, it has already been 16 years since the agreement was signed. Transitional justice has remained elusive, but the issue has found its place yet again in the election manifestos. There have been 11 changes in the government since the first Constituent Assembly election. However, more than 65,000 victims of the insurgency period are yet to receive justice. In addition to transitional justice, other commitments of the political parties, including land management, problems of land squatters, and challenges related to ill-planned settlements, have also yet to materialize. Challenges related to poverty alleviation and unemployment have lasted for decades as well. The public have also been denied their fundamental rights assured by the Constitution in the absence of regulations. Political parties and governments are likely to lose public trust and confidence if they do not address their commitments and assurances. It is therefore imperative for the parties to include achievable agendas in their manifestos before the elections. Despite the distribution of compensation for the Buri Gandaki Hydel project from 6 years ago, with the objective of completing the construction within 70 months, the government still remains unsure about the modality and investment of the mega project. The conclusion of the project remains uncertain. However, candidates of Dhading and Gorkha have included the project as their election agenda. CPN Maoist Center Chairperson Pushpa Kamal Dahal, a candidate from Gorkha Constituency 2, has not missed out the project from his agenda, as he has been expressing commitment of completing the 1,200 megawatt project on time. Apart from Dahal, other candidates have also been prioritizing the project while meeting their cadres. They have linked the project with local development and prosperity. Many have said that their candidacy was to ensure successful completion of the project. These candidates have also promised compensations for the likely to be displaced 50,000 local residents, higher than that set by the government. Local residents in the Buri Gandaki embankment area of Gorkha and Dhading have their own problems and issues. However, candidates have ignored such genuine concerns and prioritized assurances related to the Hydel project. In our Public Voice segment, we had asked people in several provinces, why have political parties always made similar issues their election agendas? Let's take a look at what they had to say.
Public Voice.
उनीहरुलाई आफैलाई थाहा छैन कि म नाम हुँदा कि देशमा किन ल्याउने अनि देशलाई प्रगति गर्ने
मात्रै आफ्नो सत्ता जोगाउन आफू सधैँ सुरक्षित हुन
जनता सचेत नभएर हो
स्पष्ट भिजन दूरदर्शी नभएको कारणले गर्दा नै
3 people died after a boat capsized on Nasarhi River in Gokul Nagar, Shrestha Rural Municipality for West Nawalparasi. According to Police Chief of West Nawalparasi, Rishi Ram Karnel, 22-year-old Guddu Harijan, 18-year-olds Neeraj Harijan and Ranjit Gupta, all from Shrestha Rural Municipality 4, lost their lives, while 3 others sustained injuries. The World Bank, releasing its Nepal Development Update report yesterday, has estimated Nepal's real GDP growth in the ongoing year 2022 will be at 5.8%. The study has forecasted real GDP growth for the fiscal year 2023 to be 5.1% and 4.9% for the year 2024. Inflation has continued to rise, driven by both domestic and external factors, and the Consumer Price Index inflation is estimated to reach 6.3% in the ongoing year, 5.5% for 2023, and 5.3% for 2024. The report also states that Nepal's current account will further reduce by 12.8% in the ongoing year. The World Bank asserts rapid demand growth and rising prices have resulted in an import boom, which has put pressure on foreign exchange reserves. Likewise, the World Bank has stated that Nepal experienced a demand-led recovery from the pandemic in the ongoing year. However, uneven and slow jobs recovery posed risks to poverty reduction and could exacerbate existing inequalities. The tourism sector is expected to continue to recover, supported by both rising international demand and improvements to domestic infrastructure, such as the newly constructed Gautam Buddha International Airport and Pokhara Regional International Airport. The service sector growth is projected at 5.6% in the fiscal year 2023 and 5.1% in the fiscal year 2024. The industrial sector is expected to grow as hydroelectricity production capacity is expected to expand to 6,500 megawatts from the existing 2,190 megawatts. The World Bank estimates industrial sector will grow by 8.9% in the fiscal year 2023 and 9.2% in the fiscal year 2024. The amount of money exiting the country through students going abroad for higher education has doubled compared to last year. The first 2 months of the previous fiscal year, 6.37 million rupees had exited the country, which has reached 12.76 billion rupees this year. Aspiring students have been leaving the country for Australia, Japan, and European nations for better education and employment opportunities. Around 114,000 students had gone abroad for studies last year. Likewise, in the first 2 months of the ongoing fiscal year, Nepalese have also spent 5.19 billion rupees for leisure travel and recreational purposes. The amount exiting the country for the same reason during the same period last year was 4.66 billion rupees. Meanwhile, Nepal's tourism sector has raised revenue of 5.95 billion rupees in the Nepalese calendar month of Shravan and Bhadra. Last year, during these 2 months, the sector had raised 3.46 billion rupees in revenue. Many Nepali migrant workers who were in Nepal to celebrate Dasai, Tihar and Chhath festivals have begun returning to their nation of employment, with many such migrant workers returning to India. Many of the youths returning to India from the border point in Dohe Bazar of Kantipur have been employed there for a long period of time. Following the end of the festivities, they are compelled to return to their jobs before the November 20 provincial and parliamentary elections. Thousands of Nepali nationals have been returning to India from different border points. At a time when the young population should have been shouldering important responsibilities in the country, they have no alternatives to seeking jobs abroad. It's time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
Here's the question. What should be done to put an end to the compulsion for leaving the country to seek employment elsewhere? Your options are A, create jobs at home, B, skill-based trainings for youth, and C, industrialization. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B, or C, and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us.
Sports News.
A charge sheet has been filed against former Nepal cricket captain Sandeep Lamichhane, charging him with rape. The District Attorney Office Kathmandu has filed a case at the Kathmandu District Court demanding a jail sentence of 10 to 12 years against Lamichhane. According to District Attorney Lakshman Upadhyay, the court will hear the statement of the accused and formal hearing will begin after a judge to preside over the case is decided with a lottery system. Lamichhane has been accused of raping a 17-year-old minor on 21st of August earlier this year. An investigation is being conducted against him under Section 219 of the Criminal Code 2074. If the crime against him is proven, he will be imprisoned for 10 to 12 years as per the existing legal provisions. The minor had filed a case against the cricketer on 6th of September at the Metropolitan Police Circle, Goshala. Earlier, the district court had issued an arrest warrant against the 22-year-old cricketer on 7th of September, acting on the case filed by the Goshala Police Circle after the girl accused him of rape. Following the arrest warrant, the Cricket Association of Nepal suspended the globe-trotting leg spinner. When he was accused of rape, Lamichhane was in Trinidad and Tobago to play the T20 franchise Caribbean Premier League from Jamaica Talawaz. On 1st of October, Lamichhane announced that he would return to Nepal on 6th of October to face legal charges. Soon after he landed at the airport, he was arrested by officials of the Department of Immigration and plainclothes police personnel. And that's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.